Hey everybody, Asia Davis here, and today I want to talk to you about the idea of rightness, right? And so I find this topic to be uh, very interesting because for it's actually particularly interesting when it comes to relationships, right? But it shows up in business too, right? This idea and this need to be right. And I see it in myself. And it's funny because my wife she'll often say, you can be right or you can be in a relationship. And she's much better at just kind of giving up the need to be right in a moment than I am. I will be the first to admit. But
I'll second that.
she's in the background seconding that if you didn't hear her.
You're right.
Yeah, she says I'm right. Anyway, so what I want to talk about and what I want you to consider is this idea, this notion of needing or need to be right is actually what is holding you back from so much in your life, and particularly happiness, right? So, and I say right, and it's a thing, but you guys know what I mean. So when we are attached to to being right, it automatically creates a separation between us and everybody else, especially those we disagree with, right? And particularly right now in our political climate, we're so attached to this idea of like, I'm right, which automatically sets up the dichotomy of I'm right and you're wrong, right? And so when that happens, there is a loss, right? There is a loss of possibility for connection, right? There is a loss for understanding. There is a loss for the opportunity to really get on to someone else's viewpoint or reconciliation. And I will tell you this is what I know to be true. Every human being, every single person on this planet is behaving in the way in which they know or feel is the right way, right? They are behaving in the way that they believe is right. And so when we are so attached to this notion of I'm right, right, and I have to be right, then we miss out on so much. And this is the entire like conflict in the world. And thinking about this, I wasn't even like I turned this camera on and I really just start talking. But thinking about this is the reason for wars, right? My religion is right, yours is wrong, right? My faith is right, my God is right, your God is wrong. Like think about that. And all it is somebody decided that their way was better, was the right way, which meant that somebody else's way was the wrong way. And people die, like wars start and start because of this. And so in your life, I want you to think about, where are you attached to being right? And where is it holding, and how is it holding you back? Right? If you run a business, I'll use my dad as an example. He told me this over the holiday. He shared a story with me about how he used to run a store. He used to run a clothing store way back in the day. And what he did was he actually failed in this business, and he'll say that. What he did was his mistake was that he ordered a whole bunch of merchandise that he liked, right? Like he liked these clothes. He's like, these look good. I like them. I'm sure everybody will like them, right? And he didn't pay attention. And so what ended up happening was that no one bought the merchandise. Right? And so he was so attached to being right. He's like, I am right about this. I know that this is good. I know that this is what's going to sell. And it didn't sell, right? But he was too stubborn to see the facts. Right? So when has your attachment to being right actually held you back from seeing the truth about a situation? When has it actually cost you in a way because you refuse to see something differently. And I guarantee you it's happened to every single one of us. Right? Okay, it's happened to every single one of us. And so instead of this dichotomy of right versus wrong, which is, the way that most of us live, instead of that, I challenge you to consider what works versus what doesn't work, right? And when you make that shift, when you shift from what works to what doesn't work, what becomes possible, right? What becomes available? So instead of your attachment to my way or the highway, you get to use observation, your power of observation. You get to use you get to see someone else's point of view, right? And you also get more options, right? Because when you're looking for what works, then that puts you in the position of openness so that you might be open to another way of doing things. Right? It's really the key. So when you can go from, your attachment to being right, instead try asking yourself, does this work? Right? Versus what doesn't work. So much more becomes available. So much more is possible. All right? So I want you to sit with that. Let me know in the comments what you got from this. Let me know, what you're seeing from this as you go through your day, as you go through your life. And if this is helpful, right? I want to hear from you. All right. Asia Davis, you guys. Take care. Peace out.